Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tyson and Mike coming at you with a lightning argument round.
Hello.
This round is going to be about conspiracy theories. I'm going to lay out a conspiracy theory and I'm going to tell Mike exactly why it's true. Then, if I don't convince Mike, he gets to tell me his and he gets to try to convince me. All right, we're going to start. Michael,
Yes.
my conspiracy is that the moon is not real. It is an
Okay.
artificial satellite, and I'm going to tell you why. The moon is absurdly large. And by
Yes, it
absurdly
is.
large, I mean compared to other moons in the solar system, it is way too big. Statistical anomaly or deliberate placement, you tell me.
It's quite big compared to our planet. Not necessarily other satellites of other planets. For instance, all 400 and some of Saturn's moons are equal or bigger than us.
The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun and 400 times closer, which means a total eclipse is exactly possible. And that's not just rare, that is freakishly precise. The moon could be hollow, Michael. It could be hollow. In the Apollo era space missions, they did a seismic test on the moon, and the astronauts...
You're throwing out arguments without letting me refute.
Hey, you got to be quick.
You got to give me a second to refute.
The moon is hollow.
No.
It rang like a bell, according to NASA, when they did seismic tests on the moon. It rang for several hours, in fact. Solid rock does not do that.
It can.
Can it?
Yes.
If it's hollow, it can.
Crystal.
Moon rocks do not match Earth cleanly. If the moon is debris from an impact on the planet, how is it that the moon has a different composition of rock than the Earth?
Who's to say it does?
It does. Science says it does. Unnatural orbit, Michael. It is nearly perfectly circular, it is tidally locked, and it stabilizes Earth's axis perfectly. It does not behave like debris, it behaves like a stabilizer.
Okay, as for the perfectly round thing, let me ask you this question. What is the deepest point on this planet?
The Mariana Trench.
And what is the tallest point?
Mount Everest.
The peak, specifically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from the very, very deepest part of the Marianas Trench to the absolute peak of Mount Everest is about 9 miles.
Correct.
Right? Now, diametrically, the Earth is around 9,000 miles, give or take, if memory serves. So, if you or I were large enough that the Earth was a marble, you would grab it and it would feel perfectly smooth, smoother than a pool ball.
Okay.
So the roundness is all about perspective.
I'm not following you that the orbit is perfectly circular.
I'm talking about the roundness.
I'm talking about orbit.
You said the moon itself was perfectly circular.
No, I said the moon's orbit is perfectly circular.
Oh, you mean the orbit is in a perfect circle? No, the fuck it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, the fuck it isn't.
Ancient cultures noticed that the moon appeared one day. Some fringe interpretations claim in early myths that there was no moon and describe its arrival, particularly, I believe, ancient Sumerians and several ancient Indian tribes. If ancient people can remember floods and comets, why couldn't they remember the moon just showing up?
Well, I mean, I don't really have an argument for that, but
exactly,
I haven't
because
spoken
it's
to
not
any ancient people.
Real. If you wanted to park something,
or these people were just talking spiritually, or we're misinterpreting ancient text.
If you were an advanced civilization and you wanted a gravitational anchor, an observation platform, and a climate stabilizer all in one, Earth's moon distance is exactly where you would put it. Now, I'm not saying it's aliens, but I'm saying that's how an engineer would think.
No, not at all. An observation deck should be within a sight line of any living organisms. If you're at the moon's distance, it would not be simple to see them. You would need some sort of telescope. just to look at people, and that would make it for a lot more difficult in just admiring them or overwatch completely. What you would want to do is have a cloaking some sort of device, and if you have space travel, that is not outside the realm of possibility.
So I will tell you this right now, that every point I just mentioned alone is explainable, as you just demonstrated.
Sure.
But all of them together,
Complete
it's-
coincidence.
stops feeling accidental.
Absolute coincidence. Coincidences
Oh.
happen.
Michael.
The fact that you and I each individually exist as people is testament to that.
All right. Michael, the
What?
moon is an artificial satellite.
It most certainly fucking is not.
All right. What's your conspiracy theory, Mike?
Simulation theory.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it. Why is the world a simulation? Simulation theory. One of my favorites. All right.
The idea that humanity is existing within a computer-generated something or other, a completely simulated world, etc. Now, my arguments for it. Explain the Mandela effect to me.
The Mandela effect is
Yes.
a terrifying possibility that we are in alternate worlds and alternate timelines. It scares the hell out of me every time I think about it.
Or simulation.
However, it can also be explained by the fact that people's memory is one of the least accurate things. And it is very easy for somebody to plant false memories in your mind. If you simply see something and associate it, 15 years later, you may totally have a false memory.
That's on an individual basis. The Mandela effect requires a mass of people believing the same falsehood apropos of nothing.
Yes.
Hence the name Mandela.
Mass.
Tons of people believe that he died in prison. No, the fuck he didn't.
A mass group of people also are exposed to the same media over time.
So,
Totally easy to plant a fake memory. But I'm with you. I have
without
experienced
the
them in-
internet, that's going to be a hell of a lot harder to do.
I'm telling you, the Berenstain Bears was the Berenstain Bears, not the Berenstain Bears. So I'm
You
with
are
you.
absolutely backwards on that. It's the Berenstain Bears.
It was Berenstain because
It
I always
fucking was not. Google it right
I
now.
always as a child
I
said to
demand you
myself,
Google it right now.
I am fully aware that it's actually Berenstain.
Good.
But my memory from being a child says I made fun of that because it sounded like Frankenstein.
Which is also incorrect. Frankenstein.
Yes, I know. All right, continue. Why else are we in a simulation, Michael?
Well, for one, their Fermi paradox. Here's
Fermi
my argument, the
paradox.
Fermi paradox.
All right, let's hear it. I know the Fermi
Aliens
paradox.
should exist. With as vast as the universe is, the fact that aliens do not exist is a problem. However, I truly do believe that they are out there. However, they just haven't either gotten to the point of technological advancement to come here, or they stay away.
Are you aware of the dark forest theory?
The what?
The dark forest theory.
Yes, that if memory serves, it's a theory that us and alien life are searching but cannot find each other.
That is incorrect.
No, what is
Dark
it then?
forest theory is that we live in a dark forest where nobody is willing to broadcast their existence for fear of annihilation.
So the opposite of what I thought. Okay.
Yes. I love the dark forest theory. It's deep, it's dark, and we have been broadcasting radio waves out into the universe for since like the 1940s.
And who
So-
knows if alien life out there is getting those broadcasts and saying, "Oh, they're luring us into a trap, those scallywags."
All right. Why else do we live in a simulation, Michael?
Electrons cannot make up their minds.
Very true. Are
The
you
double
reading?
slit experiment.
Oh, my favorite. I love this experiment.
Yep. When the experiment is conducted under observation, they behave like particles and when there's no interference pattern. But when they're put through photosensitive screen through slits in a copper plate, usually producing an interference pattern that indicates wave-like behavior.
Did you know that if you were to observe those, when you observe those particles of light, those electrons, photons, one of them.
Electrons.
I am not a physicist, but if you observe them, they change from a wave to a particle. And not only do they change from a wave to a particle when you observe them, they go all the way back to the source to change to a particle, not just in the moment. So if you were to view a single particle of light coming from a star, for instance, it would change from a wave to a particle all the way back to the star, going back in time.
Well, that was pretty eloquently described for you not being a physicist.
I know. I've watched a lot of videos about this.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. Now, let's think about, well, some of our most favorite subjects here, video games. Video games can be made to mimic human life. AI in video games, not AI in the sense that, the world is doomed kind of AI, but I'm talking like walk cycles, sleep cycles, the cycles that you put an NPC in. That can be made so lifelike now. It's hard to think that it's impossible that we are programmed AI NPCs.
Yes, but do you have any idea how much power it would take to simulate the observable universe?
Sure.
It would require numerous black holes encased in Dyson spheres, using pretty much all the available power of, well, pretty much everything that we know of.
And who's to say that there isn't some sort of entity out there that has that kind of power?
Would you really use it to simulate us?
Would you really use it to simulate anything?
No.
What's the point of simulating anything? Playing a video game, dude.
Actually, it's to learn.
Or it could be just to have fun. Who's to say that this cosmic entity is not a child or a childlike being that is just having fun?
Yes, children of the universe have access to Dyson spheres, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
Just saying.
Michael?
What?
Were you even the slightest bit convinced that there was something wrong with the moon?
No.
I can almost guarantee you we probably do not live in a simulation.
Why?
Well, how about I phrase it this way to wrap it up?
Okay.
If we did live in a simulation, and tomorrow you woke up to a headline that says, "Congratulations, you're living in a simulation," would it really matter?
Not especially.
Exactly. All right, folks, that's where we're going to wrap it up. This was a lightning round of arguing between Mike and Tyson about your favorite conspiracy theories. Hit us up sometime at arguingwithdragons@gmail.com if you've got a topic you'd like us to spend a little time arguing about.
If you'd like, go ahead and send us more conspiracy theories to argue about.
Oh, I'd love that. I love a good conspiracy theory, don't you, Mike?
I do, yes. But
All
make it
right.
niche. Make it something that isn't super popular, like reptilians or the shadow government or the hollow earth.
Anunnaki!
Slistaka.
Anunnaki, ancient Sumerian story. Pretty creepy.
I'll have to
All
read
right,
up on it.
guys. Stay tuned for episode 2. Hey, listen, we're doing Zelda. Have a good night, guys.
You do a terrible Navi.